You asked for a book about rock from me, and now you've got one. Cause Effect Metallica is a look at the album Metallica, commonly referred to as the Black Album, by me, heavy metal critic and co-host of the Classic Metal Show, Chris Aiken. In this book, I remember back to the lead-up and the eventual release of Metallica, including stories of how the release affected me as a person, the line in the sand it drew between old-school and new-school Metallica fans, and how the release single-handedly changed the way commercial rock radio stations were programmed. This is my second book, and I'm proud to have it out there, and I hope you guys enjoy it. It is Cause and Effect Metallica, available now on Amazon.com. Go to Amazon.com. Or my personal website, probably the easiest way to get it, chrisaikenbooks.com. Get to it, jerkies.
Hail Kill Caller, you're on the air.
Good evening, you fucking bastard.
Hey, it's a good friend Tom. What's going on, Tom?
Oh, how do you have your hand in a girl's pussy and you don't get no action?
Dude, I don't need the crazy that goes along with it.
Come on, they're all fucking crazy.
They are all fucking crazy. I'm not going to argue that point with you, Tom. I agree with you fully.
You're just a clitoris teaser, Neeley. You grabbed it and you didn't give her what she wanted.
Right.
They all want the same thing, just a little rough pounding.
Sure. Well, I
can't treat them like ladies. They all want to be treated like whores and when they're in private, and you treat them like a princess in public.
Is that right? Well, until you marry them, then they don't ever want to be a whore for you.
Well, they're all just cunts. Once you put a ring on it, they all suck. I got lots of buddies married. None of them bitches are worth 2 cents anymore.
Well, I
was the world before, but they got a ring on it, and now they ain't worth nothing.
Exactly. I don't know if we've ever asked you. I don't know if we've ever asked you, Tom. Have you ever been married?
Oh fuck! I wouldn't even dream of asking a bitch to marry me. I asked one actually, and she ran away.
She ran away.
What happened? She knew she was just going to be the next goat in line.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Like, my fucking God, Neeley, you're palm deep in that shit, and you didn't even give it to us.
I'm just telling you the story, how it happened.
Palm deep.
I gotta ask you, are you sure you're Scottish?
Yes, I am, but...
Because I've never met a Scotsman who ever had their fucking pinky finger that close to anything that never buried their little wee willy in it.
I could have.
You should have.
Nah, I don't know, man.
Oh, I'm with you, Tom.
Come on, you wrap it up, and the chances of it falling off are about only 10%.
Well,
you gotta take your risk. I've done so many ditch pigs in my life that were way dirtier than that girl.
Sure.
She went to the breakfast joint with no panties on, hoping that you're taking her right there in the booth.
I could have easily.
That was the whole plan for her. She knew what she wanted, and you did not deliver.
Well, you got to remember, this was like 25.
I got a question. I got a little wiener, but I'm thinking your wiener's littler than mine, Neeley.
Well, it isn't a question about the size. It was the question about, whether I wanted to deal with the consequences afterwards.
There really is no consequence.
There is a consequence.
Pick up your phone or answer your door. I've dealt with plenty.
Who wants to live their life ducking people all the time? That's the thing.
Well, it's just crazy. What is your ducking? Not people. They're whores. There's a fucking difference, brother. Like, you're not ducking Chris, and you're not ducking your boss.
Yeah, but Chris isn't stalking me though.
Well, she just wanted some more hammer, and you weren't pounding it.
Yeah, I know.
She was supposed to be the nail, and you had the hammer, and you weren't doing the trick.
Right.
She wanted the hammer.
I'm loving this, by the way.
You should have laid her the log just like a Scotsman throw the caber. You should have given her the fucking log.
Right. Well,
my God, brother. You stole horses for a living, your family, but you can't lay down some logs?
Right. Right.
My God.
Oh,
You gotta work that shit, brother. Like, I'm the dirtiest fucking Canadian Scotsman up here, and I still got laid on a weekly basis. You should be tapping all that fucking Yankee ass.
Well, I could tap a lot of ass if I wanted to, even to this day. Chris knows that as a fact.
Oh, you're a big old good of a man. Them bitches like them big manly man. Look, Chris, he's a big fat bastard, and he's still getting laid more than you.
See, he's got a point there, Neeley.
Tom, I'm not going to argue your points. I agree with you fully, but I'm just telling you, just from my personal experience, and Chris knows what I'm talking about. Just through the association with the show, I had a.
Oh, I guarantee you got to deal with way more crazy than me. But as long as you stick their cock down their throat, they all shut up and gag.
Oh.
You don't got to listen to them. You make them squeal and you send them home. And fuck that, ain't that part of being a radio personality? You get all the groupies. You get to deal with some crazies. They rock your world. You try to rock theirs, but they've been fucked by everybody anyway, so it don't really matter.
Right.
See, that's my whole thought too, is that you're coming at it, Neeley, you're coming at it from a position like they're not giving it up a lot more than you're thinking. They're giving it up. If they're giving it up, if she shows up at a fucking place, if she shows up at a place with no panties and lets you go fucking fist deep the first time you're fucking hanging out, believe me, you're not the first one.
I'm not saying that she was pristine. I'm just saying that, what comes after that.
If you get 3 knuckles deep in a pancake house, you better bury it balls deep in her arse, because she was expecting a whole lot more.
That's what I'm saying.
You're supposed to gag her, choke her, slap her, and Dirty Sanchez her.
Dirty Sanchez.
Dirty Sanchez. Nice.
Wow. We don't really call it Dirty Sanchez up here in Canada because we don't got many Mexicans. We keep a dirty pound maker up here.
Right. Well, I like your description, Tom, and I'm not going to argue your point. Believe me, I could have taken advantage of that situation big time, but I chose not to.
You chose wrong, brother. That's what I'm saying.
Right, wrong, and different. It was my choice.
I agree with you. It was your choice. I'm just telling you your choice is wrong.
Okay.
You're supposed to be you're a blue-blooded American, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Then why didn't you tap that ass? We're just lowly Canadians up here. We ain't even got no manners or nothing. We fucking fuck seals and shit.
Fuck seals?
We still take a girl fucking pussy if she hands it up on a pancake goes.
Well, let me ask you something, Tom, from a perspective of a respected Irishman. Why is that
I'm
Scotsman?
a Scotsman, no Irishman.
He's a Scotsman.
He's an Irishman, and he's not very respected.
Right. Well, why is that pussy so valuable?
Because it's pussy. It's wet, it's warm, it's comforting. Plus, you get a dump of nut. Every squirrel needs a nut.
I'm agreeing with everything you're saying, Tom.
That's the whole other. Look, oh, Bubba, a remark, and even big fat Bubba the Love Sponge gets more ass than a fucking kangaroo.
Hey. So, Tom, you don't think I was wrong trading pot for blowjobs?
Not at all.
That's what you would have done, right?
Way less for blowjobs than some pot.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Traded a couple diet pills one time for a fuck around the bush.
Diet pills?
She thought they were yellow jackets, but they're just a little hydroxycut. What she knew about, right?
Hydroxycut.
Well, they amped it up. She didn't know no better. Some little white girl.
Had an H on the pill. It's all good.
I gave her an upper behind the bush. I upped it right up her boom.
Tom,
wow.
you always are able to shed light on any subject like that.
Well, you guys are giving me ammunition tonight, Neeley. I'm thinking you're way too much of a bookman. You got to take that ass when it's offered to you, brother.
That's what
right.
I'm saying, too. Mr. Scary in the chat. Hold on, Tom. Hey, Tom.
But holy fuck, I'm starting to think if you're not a little bit on the gay side when you're not letting it take it, when you're 2 knuckles deep.
Mr. Scary in the chat room, if I was Neely's dick, I would have packed my bag and left.
Fucking A, brother. That's exactly what I'm saying. If she lets you in there, you punish it and then you send her on her way and you make her feel worse when you don't want to deal with her no more.
Yeah, I mean,
Tell her she's a crazy bitch and
No.
you ain't got no time for that shit.
well, hold on 1 second, Tom. Neeley, when it got to time to tell, how did you tell her no, you weren't going to bang her, and what was her reaction?
I said, hey, let's go out for some ice cream.
And what'd she say? Okay.
She said, okay.
She said, "Here, hold on, let me fucking wipe this fucking mess down."
She just like, all right, whatever.
That's cool, man,
But I couldn't get rid of her for weeks.
if you would have punished her and left her crying, you'd have got rid of her sooner.
You think so?
Well, she'd have got what she wanted and been on her way.
Yeah.
Could I-
If she didn't, once you did some defiling things to her, you can
Well-
bring that shit up.
Well,
And then they'll always walk.
the problem
Like, look,
is,
you're not waste material. I'll put it in every orifice you got. I really don't need any more to do with you.
sure.
And they usually leave after that.
Well, the problem is, Tom, that so many girls mistake sex for love.
Yeah, well,
But that's their
so do so
mistake.
many dudes, I see the same thing when a bunch of these blokes around here. They do some cute little bits on the bar, and she's just playing for pennies. But they think that they got in there and they're in love. It's all the same. Too many people can't separate sex and love no more.
Right.
It's all a game. What happens on Friday night don't mean it happened again on Saturday.
Right. Well, Tom,
I'm definitely never doing the same thing on Saturday as I did on Friday.
right. Well, you speak a lot of
And
sense,
if I am,
Tom.
she rocked my friggin' little.
Right. Well, you speak a lot of truth, Tom.
The way I look at it is you always take what is offered to you for free. You
Exactly.
didn't even have to buy her the breakfast. She was giving it up at the bench.
Exactly.
So you should have took it, punished it, left it for dead.
Right.
If you punish it good enough, they're not coming back because it hurt.
Yeah, it's fucking feel it, forget it.
Fucking A, brother.
And just for the record, after that first time, you can always just fucking quick nut her and just fucking she'll go away on her
Yeah.
own.
That's the second best part of being a man, right?
Yeah.
You think of the dirtiest thought you can in your head on the next time.
Yeah.
You stick it just barely in, and you finish on her tummy. You got 2 strokes in, and she's running away now because
Yeah.
you're just a 1 minute man.
Right.
She'll be
She's just a
gone.
dirty scumbucket hooer, so she's just running, and no one listens to what she says. She's already saying that you rocked the world the weekend before. So there's a whole new handful of chicks ready to see if you can do it or if you can't.
Right.
It's a game. It's just like playing soccer. It's all about offense and defense. You got to play both sides of the card.
Sure. Well, you're full of knowledge and wisdom, Tom, that many people could probably benefit from.
Yeah, start with
I'm
you.
just a piece of Plurite trash who never respected nobody but myself.
Right.
And even then, it comes into question if I'd really respect myself.
All right, Tom.
Okay, boys, I want you good tonight.
All right, Tom.
Hey, Chris, you motherfucker, you better play some 6 feet under, because I hate God.
Yeah.
It's like a cross between Anthrax, Pantera, and Black Sabbath. And when they play it all together, it's garbage. Sheer fucking shitbag hell, brother.
All right, we'll play
That's the
some.
worst band you guys have ever played on this
No,
show.
not even close. But
Oh, come on. What's worse?
what's worse than that? Lynch Mob, Smoke This, Tommy Lee.
Okay, you win. I can't even fucking argue that. Those are both pretty bad. I thought when they started it was going to be good, and then it was just like some bad rap tune with guitars in the background. It was awful.
Hey, everybody got to get the. You know what, Tom? Sometimes we do smaller interviews to get bigger ones. I'm sure you
Hey,
heard.
I get that.
I'm
I
sure
love all
you-
the interviews. The interview is good. The music sucks.
I'm sure you heard the Anselmo references 10 times. There was a reason that I
did,
did that interview.
And I hear you laughing at them lots when you're interviewing them, Chris.
Right.
Neeley, too, on his interviews. Yeah, sure, he. You hear it all the time. Yeah, whatever you say, motherfucker. They're really not listening, but here's the next question.
Right.
You guys do it all the time to these fucks, and they don't even pick up on it. That's what you really got to ask them, though, in the rest of questions.
All right.
You got to ask them, really, what city has the best groupies? And if you need a good blowjob on your touring, what city do you really want to be in?
Are you really assuming, Tom, that I Hate God gets groupies?
Well, they gotta get some. There's always some out that bitch willing who's all tattooed and pierced up with them and all the little nut. I live in Saskatchewan, and these bands still get some ass when we go there, and they're all brown bastards who can't even fucking carry a tune. I can sing the Scottish folk tunes better than these fucking bar bands sing a fucking metal tune.
Right.
I can even sing them Irish folk songs better.
Nice.
That ain't even my clan shit.
Oh, all right, Tom.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go, but make sure you play Human Target 6 feet under. I emailed
All right.
you fucker.
All right, I'll take care of it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Tom.
Have a good night, boys.
All right, Tom.
And Jude. And Blood.
There goes Tom.
That was Tom.
We haven't heard from him in a few weeks.
Right. Well, he's back with a vengeance this week.
He is. Set me straight.
What did he want to hear? Human Target?
He said Human Target, 6 feet under.
I'm sure I have it.
I'm sure you do.
I love 6 feet under, so.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, of course.
There you go.
Do I want the live version, or do I want the
Studio version.
studio version? I'll go studio version.
Well, at least I unveiled some things
Yeah.
that
That you need to be hung for.
I don't need to be hung for it. It's just, dude, it's just bad karma.
I guess. I don't know. I'd have hit it.
I'm sure you would have.
I definitely would have hit it.
The thing is I've had the option to hit it or not, and
Right.
I've chosen not to.
I know. I don't get that. Doesn't even translate to me. But whatever. To each their own.
I guess.
Yeah. Nice. Are you going to play tunes? I
Sure.
need a beer.
Let's play a couple tunes.
I need a beer. So, all right. Well, per Tom's request, we'll go with the 6 feet under.
All right. Well, we are live in the Classic Metal Show chat room, chatandkill.com, if you're listening and you aren't in there. So pop in.
Yeah.
It's lots of fun.
Yep.
All right. Well, here it is 6 feet under with, what is it, Chris?
Human Target
Exclusively here.
on your Classic Metal Show.